Hello everyone, welcome to something completely different. So this is going up on the garbage pile, and what we're doing today is we're talking about some Magic the Gathering stuff, because I've been really fucking invested in Magic the Gathering this past, I don't know, 6 months, and I'm taking a break from editing this, from editing the next video. I'm taking a break to talk about my cube. I just wanted to come on and talk about my cube. Maybe if someone else who knows a thing or two about Magic and they want to suggest some cards that I can add to the cube, you know, that'd be nice. First, this is a cube meant for 4 people. So there are 180 cards. I know it says 181, but I'll get into that. So it's meant to be played with 4 people. Everyone gets 5 packs of 9, so 45 cards per person. That's 180. The reason why there's 181 is because I put Chaos Orb in here, because this is my favorite Magic card right now. I think this is my favorite Magic card right now. And I wanted this cube to work on Tabletop Sim. So what I did was I had Chaos Orb in there already, but as I was trying to plan this out for Tabletop Sim, I thought, well, this would be a really weird card to put in and try to make work in Tabletop Sim. So I just took a card that my buddy had in his deck, in his Commander Precon. Which one was it? It was Tower Defense. I put in Tower Defense because I have Ancient Lumberknot in here, and I have, you know, creatures with toughness greater than power assign damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So having Tower Defense would be a really good thing for giving every creature more toughness. You can use it as like a combat trick, you know. I wanted each color to have kind of not a goal, but like an archetype that they fall into. So green, there's a lot of landfall triggers, there's a lot of counters, there's some mana dorks in here. Lotus Cobra is really interesting. It's a landfall mana dork. Like, I don't think there's another card like that. I have Bristly Bill in here because he's one of my favorite cards conceptually. But and obviously I'm gonna be getting proxies of some of these cards, because there ain't no fucking way I'm spending the $60 goddamn to get a real copy of Bristly Bill. Fuck that. And some of these cards are cards that I already have, that I have put aside for the cube. There are Sonic cards, as you can tell. And the reason there are Sonic cards in here is because I think these cards are funny. This really isn't supposed to be a themed cube. It's more so just something for me to get started with and just sort of kind of have a vague idea of what I want. There are cards in here that I've seen on other channels or other shows, or, you know, stuff that I've seen that I just tend to like. I have Rograch, Son of Rogach. Not because, you know, I have this card or anything, but because he's a 0-cost, 0/1 goblin, like, oh no, sorry, he's a kobold warrior. So it's like, you know, how do you make this guy work? He's a 0/1, but he's got First Strike, Menace, and Trample. He costs 0. Like, there's benefits to this creature, and I want to cultivate, like, you know, giving players cards and then seeing what they do with it. Which is why there are a couple of Wooburg options in here, and also 1 Silver Border, because I really like this card. There's some Wooburg options in here. I wanted to see if someone would get Golos and be like, oh shit, well, can I make Golos work with a fucking, like Wooburg, like all 5 colors deck? Can I make that work? You know, I have a bunch of life gain stuff. I also have some fucking, I don't have this card, but I do have some Secret Lair cards in here, just because I think it'd be funny. I also want to have like kind of an experience of like, you know, I bring the cube out and someone starts drafting with it and it's like, what the fuck is Ash doing in your cube? Just because I think that's funny. I have some life gain stuff. I have stuff that does well with auras and equipment. Selfless Squire, I really like this card. It might be a bit too strong, but I still like it. Sarah Avatar, I have to combo with Fling. So like there's strategies in here, right? Blue has a lot of card draw and a lot of card advantage. White has a lot of life gain. And it has Ephemerate, it has Swords to Plowshares. It's got Unbreakable Formation. you know, there's a lot of like combat tricks. Wrath of God is in here. Approach of the Second Sun I put in here just because I want to see someone pull this off. I want to have like, there are cards in here where it's like, I want to see someone pull off this thing. I don't care if I lose to it. If someone's able to actually get, like, play a blue-white control card draw deck and make Approach of the Second Sun work, it's like, okay, you know what? I deserve to lose at that point because you're a better, like, you built this deck better than me. Like, that's amazing, right? Darksteel Mutation is fun. Another personal one that I really like is Squee, Dubious Monarch. Just makes a shit ton of tokens. You pair that up with Bloodforge Battle Axe, and you can just give all of your goblins a Battle Axe, and you can just swarm them. Speaking of swarms, there's a Scoot Swarm. And I do have a legit copy of Doubling Season. One of my buds gave me this for Christmas. And that legit Doubling Season is 100% going in the cube because this card is fucking scary, dude. So there's like, you know, cheap spells like Lightning Bolts, there's Chain Lightning, Gamble. I like Gamble, I like that as an ability. Dragon Fodder for more tokens, Blasphemous Act because it's a good board wipe. There's only a couple of board wipes. I think Blasphemous Act and Wrath of God are the only board wipes in here. It might not be, it might be better for me to take these cards out. I don't quite know yet because I haven't actually played with this cube yet. You know, this is all still in the speculation phase. And I'll go through a playtest like draft of it just because, well, why not, you know? Black has like negative counters and some graveyard shenanigans and, you know, directly losing life, some blitz cards, a lot of graveyard stuff. Whip of Erebos is good to combo with like the life gain of white. Like I tried to have like a strategy or an archetype that a color would fall into, but then I also wanted bits and pieces of other strategies in the other colors to kind of get some, you know, see what people could make. Again, you know, some of these are cards that I already have. Some of these are cards that I just think are neat. I do like Ornithopter of Paradise. I think that's a really funny card. Hangerback Walker is cool. Giggling Skitter Spike I think is neat. I don't think it's like it's not a card that you like need to get working, but an indestructible artifact creature that you only pay 5 to get it to what, a 6/6? Yeah, you pay 4 to actually summon it. It's indestructible, and then if you're able to get it to the next turn, you can make it a 6/6 indestructible. And it has, you know, attacks, blocks, becomes artifact of spell, it deals that much damage. I might take this card out. I'm thinking it might be a bit too powerful, but we'll see, honestly. We'll see. Mana Crypt, I think, is really funny. I have to have Mana Crypt in here. I like cards that let you just gamble, you know? That's why I have Mana Crypt. That's why I have Jack in the Mox, so you can, you know, gamble on what color you're gonna get. Chaos Orb, another form of like the physicality. I like the physicality of cards and the social aspect of the game. And when I'm expanding this cube, I'm gonna treat this like kind of content patches in games where I'll add 45 more cards to then have be like, oh, this is a themed expansion where there's a lot of discard and a lot of maybe some delirium, some food tokens, stuff like that. There are some cards that I really wanted to include in this cube, but they just kind of were like dead ends in terms of strategy. And they were the only cards that did a certain thing. Like I wanted to include Asmorano, Mardica, Dystena, Kuldakar. Asmorano, Mardica, Dystena, Kuldakar. There we go. I wanted to include this bitch. Well, let me get an actual... Hello? Okay, yeah, there we go. As long as you've discarded a spell this turn, you may pay 1 black or 1 blue or 1 red to cast this spell. When Asmorano, Mardica, Dystena, Kuldakar enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named the Underworld Cookbook, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Sacrifice 2 foods, target creature deals 6 damage to itself. I really, really wanted to include her because, like, just fucking look at this name, right? Like, I like silly cards. I like cards that do, like, different things. Like, different in terms of, like, you don't really see this kind of effect or you don't really see this, like, kind of gimmick. Just to kind of, like, make players see what they can do, right? But there's no discard in this cube. I wanted to include Faithless Looting, but there's really, like, why would you discard stuff? I don't know. Like, I'll include Faithless Looting when I add Asmarano, Martika, Diced, and a Kuldakar. And there's another one, Rogast, the Deft Gastronaut. It's a food artifact creature, or it's a creature that does a lot with artifacts and food. Again, like, I'll make like a food update, you know what I mean? And I'll throw some stuff in. But I also want to add a silver border update. Like, I want to throw in 45 silver border cards, and I want to just like let the shit fly with it. You know, I really do like cards that play with the physicality or the social aspect of the game, and silver border cards do some wild stuff. But yeah, like I just wanted to find a decent middle ground, and I think I did an okay job. This is like the semi-finalized design phase. Now, you know, the only thing is getting actual physical cards and playtesting with people, because I don't know how this is gonna go. Like here, we'll do playtest. So you're supposed to get 5 packs of 9 with 4 people, because there's only room for 4 people. And it'll probably still be 5 packs of 9 until I get to the 360 mark. I don't quite know yet, because my play group is pretty much mostly 5 people. Or sorry, my play group is at most 5 people. So getting more people in to join on this, it's a bit more difficult than you'd expect. So just 5 packs of 9 for 4 people. I feel like that's a really good compromise. Most of the time it's 4 people, so whatever. There's no wrong answers in cube design. So, you know. All right, so what are we going for? We already have a couple decent answers for what we can get, what kind of playstyle we're going for. We can immediately go for like an aura or equipment build, and there are cards that synergize with auras and equipment. We could do kind of like a toughness, like Golgari toughness. There's another thing for Golgari down here. Generally, from what I've seen in Cube, from what I've seen people play Cube, it's a good idea to go for the lands first, just so that you have more options later on. I'm probably just gonna go with this, because there really isn't, I don't really have like a specific build yet. And here we go. Here we go. I already know what I'm doing. I fucking love Scute Swarm. I love landfall triggers. I love tokens. I love that playstyle. And I really hope Beetleback Chief stays. If I could do a fucking Jund, like, token deck, like, oh, that would be fucking amazing. Let's see what we can do. So we gotta go with Scute Swarm. You know, here we go. Here we go. Maybe a Gruul. Maybe we're going just red-green. Tokens. Let's do it. Do we want to go Brass Squire? I mean, there's options. There's room for black cards in here. Having Proliferate might be useful, but I don't think we need it right now. You know what I mean? So I think we'll go for Brass Squire, just for the possibility of equipment coming into play. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, okay, we came back to the original pack that we had. So we could either go Ancient Lumberknot or we could go Foundry Inspector. Foundry Inspector is really good for artifacts, but that's, you know, if we want to go for the artifact build. If we go for Ancient Lumberknot, we really want to be looking for Tower Defense or Sheltering Boughs. I think we're going to go for Ancient Lumberknot for now, just because I already have a Golgari Guildgate. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Strangleroot Geist. I just like this one. Oh, Sheltering Boughs. Here we go. We saw this card earlier, so we're definitely going to go for that. And I guess fucking we'll go Scoured Barrens, just to give us an option for black and white. All right, so we already know we're doing Landfall. Explosive Vegetation is an excellent fucking landfall card. Gotta go with that one. Bristly Bill. Bristly fucking Bill. I really hope Thriving Grove is here in the next run, but we gotta go for... And we gotta go for Doubling Season, bro. We gotta fucking go for Doubling Season. Now, one thing our deck is currently missing is any form of protection or removal. So I think right now, Reclamation Sage is gonna be our best bet. Now, Unhallowed Phalanx does work with Ancient Lumberknot. So, you know, it could be useful. We're gonna hope that Unhallowed Phalanx stays behind, and we're gonna go with Reclamation Sage for artifact and enchantment removal. Because this one is a higher mana cost, and in order to make hymns like really worth it, I also have to have Ancient Lumberknot out on the field. I think it's much safer to go with Reclamation Sage right now. Cultivate is back. Gotta go with Cultivate. Nah, we lost the Thriving. Whatever. I mean, Huntmaster of the Fells is just a good card in general, and it makes tokens. So yeah, we'll go with that. I mean, we do kind of have some room for black in here. We're doing mostly green, but this one plays better with tokens, so we're gonna go with that. And you know what? Unbreakable Formation, a better option for white. Chromanticore, don't know if I'm gonna make him work. But Rampant Growth, there we go, just more ramping. Selfless Squire is very good. We're not really going for artifacts anymore. Whip of Erebos is good for lifelink and returning stuff from the graveyard. I'm gonna go for Rampant Growth for now. Now there's Tower Defense. So we have Ancient Lumberknot, and we have Sheltering Boughs, and we can get Tower Defense. But we could also get the Rakdos Guildgate. I'm going to go for Rakdos for now, just to have more options in terms of land and mana. And then hopefully Tower Defense is still there. I mean, we are going green-red, technically. Gruul Guildgate, here we go. Another landfall guy, though. I think I'm gonna go for him. We're gonna see what happens. Okay, now here we go. I'm probably just gonna go for Whip of Erebos. Tower Defense stayed behind. Tenacious Underdog for another cheap creature, but more removal with Cathar Commando. Yeah, we'll go for Cathar Commando. And we missed the Gruul Guildgate, someone else took it. We'll go for Inscription of Abundance and then Selfless Squire. We have options, we have a bunch of options here. Now, here's an interesting one. World Spine Worm. That could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Card draw with Village Rites, however. But do we want Myriad Landscape for the landfall? I think we have enough landfall. I think we have, because we have Reclamation, we have, sorry, not Reclamation Sage. We have Rampant Growth, we have Explosive Vegetation, we have Cultivate. I think we're good on landfall. Having some card draw would be a very good thing. And World Spire Worm, we've already got a really expensive creature, don't we? Or did we pass them up? We did pass up a really expensive creature. So, I think it's safer now to go with Village Rites. Maybe, I think, I don't fucking know. Gonna go with Beast Within, just because it's a good source of removal. I'm really hoping Bleed Dry stays, but you know, we'll have to see. Exploration Broodship, Elvish Piper, Ashiana. Man, there's some good picks in here. There's some good fucking picks in here. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. Interesting. So would that also, so if I played a non-token creature, that would be a forest. It would be, and it would also proc landfall. Or I could do Exploration Broodship and just play an additional land per turn, if I crew it correctly. You know what? Because we didn't take the expensive guy, did we? If World Spire Worm and Elvish Piper are still in, that might be worth it. I'm gonna go for Exploration Broodship. Thriving Bluff and Dragon Fodder. Those are just good. Those are just good cards. Well, Dragon Fodder is, I mean, it's good tokens. Thriving Bluff is more land stuff. You know what? I'm gonna go with Thriving Bluff. Hopefully Dragon Fodder stays behind. Interesting. I'm gonna go with Brash Taunter. It's an interesting goblin card. I really, really like this goblin card. Now, there are combos in here with Brash Taunter. I don't think we'll be able to get it, but it's very interesting. I mean, I don't really have do I have any equipment in here? I mean, I have Whip of Erebos. That's about it. I have Brass Squire. I mean, I'm probably just not gonna, Brass Squire is probably gonna fall to the wayside. We'll take her for the sake of pivoting. Okay, so we missed World Spire Worm. Sucks. I'm gonna go with Ashaya and Dragon Fodder. And you know what? Bestow Greatness. Why not? Okay, what do we have? Blasphemous Act. Explosive Entry, Knuckles the Echidna, Renin 7. There's some good fucking cards in here. I'm gonna go with Explosive Entry for the sake of more removal. There's Golos. There's my boy Golos. Sakura Tribe Elder. It's a good landfall early on. Talisman of Indulgence would be neat. So the reason why I specifically wanted Talisman of Indulgence of all things is because in my play group, one of my buds is like really into Final Fantasy, and so when he played this card, another guy in the group was like, oh shit, it's the Talisman of Mewing, because, you know, jokes. And so I included the Talisman of Mewing just because I think it's really fun. Now Reanimate would be good. Duress is good. I'm gonna go for Reanimate because it's a 1 cost. That could be useful for bringing back Bristly Bill or a Shia or like anything that matters. Gotta go with the Chocobo. We hit a fucking jackpot here. So Dark Ritual and Sword of Hearth and Home. That is a tricky pick because it's more landfall and it's blinking. It's blinking creatures in. Could be good for Huntmaster. Could be good. I mean, what's good for, like, do I have any on-entry abilities? The only real on-entry thing that I have is Huntmaster. So it really wouldn't be all that useful except for landfall, and we have shit tons of landfall already. I think Dark Ritual is gonna be the better choice, even though we don't have a whole lot of black, but that's still more mana. It's positive mana, and you get to use that for like fucking whatever. So if I could use that, yeah, I'll go with Dark Ritual. Renin 7. Renin 7, more landfall. Open the armory for equipments and aura. Again, I don't have much equipment, so I don't think it's all that useful. Giggling Skitter Spike would be really good for defense. Could be really good. Now Victimize for more graveyard stuff. I'm gonna go with Victimize, because we're leaning a bit more into black with Dark Ritual. So having some more shit that interacts with Dark Ritual and more black mana could be good. Okay, Remnant Elemental. We play Remnant Elemental, and it's on the board. And then we hit land per turn. Then we play fucking Explosive Vegetation, wherever it went. Oh, there it is. Explosive Vegetation, put 2 on the battlefield. It's a 4/4. 4/4 for 2 mana. Not even that. We play this landfall, that'd be a 6/4. That sounds pretty good. And then it's like 4 defense, good for, and it's got reach and everything. I don't think there are many sources of flying in here. But having reach is a good crux. I mean, we've already got so much landfall. I really don't think we need any more. More card advantage. Sure, why not? I mean, I have good instants and sorceries. Yeah, we'll go with that for goblins, and then Renin 7. All right, so this is what we have. We're doing like red-green. Red-green, we're doing Jund, just like I said. We've also got some options for white in here. So I mean, we do have a white-black card. So, okay. I don't think I want to do a 4-color deck. I think I'm just gonna stick with Jund for now, because I like Jund. So we'll do Shaw's Chocobo, we'll do Dark Ritual, that. 5/1 cost. So here we go. We're getting into like the building of the deck phase. So we want Beast Within, we want Cultivate. I don't think we want Sheltering Boughs. We definitely want that, definitely want him. Remnant Elemental's good. Bristly Bill, Rampant Growth, Scoot Swarm, Reclamation Sage is good. Do we want Unexpected Windfall? Maybe we do. We have enough room for one more card, and currently my mana curve is not looking great. So what do we have for 3? Oh, gotta have Squee. Yeah, of course. So let's think about my mana curve here. So he costs 3, so we'll put him down there. Oh, I needed more 2-cost cards. Fuck. Strangleroot Geist is good. Because what do I have? 24 non-land. Okay, so I need to get rid of 1. Unexpected Windfall is just good for more sources of mana. Renin 7, Explosive Vegetation, Siege of Agrarian, Victimize, Village Rites, Dark Ritual, Shaw's Chocobo. Oh, because we have Rograch. Maybe I'll skip Rograch? Maybe? I don't know. I'll skip him for now. But having a whole lot of stuff that's only, that costs 3 instead of stuff that costs 2, it's, interesting. I think we're gonna get rid of a couple of these cards and get Explosive Entry and Dragon Fodder. Destroy target artifact, destroy target permanent. Destroy target artifact. Okay, so you know what? A cheaper source of artifact removal, I think that's worth, and we need to get rid of 1 more. What do we got? More tokens. I mean, Huntmaster ain't really doing much for us. So, okay. It's a scuffed deck. Like, I'll admit, it is a scuffed deck. And I know the math on how to do basic lands. I'm not gonna fucking bore you with that right now. We'll just have, we'll have it give me the land that I want. Cube Cobra. That's, by the way, the website I'm using is called Cube Cobra. I don't know if that's, obvious. But here we go. We got 17 lands, 23 non-land permanents, 9 creatures, 14 non-creatures. I think this is okay. It would really depend on what everyone else got. But I think I did an okay job of doing it. And I've got some stuff. If I want to pivot into white, if I want to remove like the sources of black in my deck and replace that with plains, I could probably do that. Chromanticore is just kind of there. I'm not using Chromanticore. But putting in Selfless Squire, Unbreakable Formation, Intangible Virtue, and Cathar Commando would definitely be a pivot. I obviously do not want to play a 4-color deck. And I have no ways to do blue mana, so it's like, why would I fucking bother with Chromanticore? I mean, I could get it with Thriving Bluff, but like, I'm not gonna bet on using Thriving Bluff to get blue mana. No, fuck that noise. So, 3 colors at the most, getting some Jund, getting some tokens, some landfall stuff. Having Doubling Season here would be nice. I got Brash Taunter for the sake of having an indestructible creature. Some good goblin stuff. Renin 7, he's the only planeswalker that is currently in my cube. So, good stuff there, I have a couple sources of removal, not a lot. I probably should have more. I should remove something else and get more sources of removal. So I got Beast Within, Explosive Entry, Feed the Swarm would be good. What would I get rid of though? Maybe a Remnant Elemental? Maybe he's a bit, well, no, because he pairs really well. Strangleroot Geist. You know what? Having a creature, yeah, get rid of Stranglewood Geist. So I only have 8 creatures now, but that's okay because I put out Squee, or I put out Bristly Bill, or Shaw's Chocobo. Like, these are high-value creatures. Scute Swarm, obviously, another really good one to have. Siege Ship Agrarian. you know, I need to get I need to get a doubling season out like as fast as I fucking can. Put all land cards revealed. I mean, because Ren and 7 also pairs well with reanimate, excuse me. I don't have any more sources of like graveyard shenanigans, so maybe I'll remove Ren and 7 and replace it with something else. You know what? Maybe I'll get rid of Ren and 7 for now, and I'll put in tower defense. So it's like, oh, you know, if I'm gonna die, do I have Ancient Lumberknot? I don't. Do I want to include Ancient Lumberknot? I don't know. Because Ancient Lumberknot is a 4 cost. So... Dark Ritual, Village Rites, Victimize... Oh, well, I do have Victimize as well. I have Reanimate and Victimize. Those are the only sources of graveyard shit that I have. So if I have Ancient Lumberknot on the field, and I swing with all of my goblins, I would then make them +5/+5. That's really good, actually. But then what would I get rid of? Maybe I get rid of Brash Taunter. Well, no, because he's a good indestructible. Why would I get rid of him? Remnant Elemental is looking like the weakest link here. It could be good, but just the until end of turn thing, and there really aren't a whole lot of flying creatures. We'll get rid of him. All right, that's my finalized deck for now. Whatever, I'm gonna run with that. I think that's good. So yeah, a Jund landfall token deck. Like, that's what I just built, you know? And that's kind of the magic of Cube in my eyes. It's like, hey, you just have to go with whatever you get dealt. If I made any mistakes building this deck, let me know. This is a lot of me just kind of talking into the void on just what I've done. This is like my first time doing like real game design, you know? And I want to, I want to make sure people have fun with this. And I think it will be fun. But it's gonna take a lot of playtesting to like really narrow down what are and aren't problematic cards. Whether the cards that be too weak or cards that are too powerful. Like, obviously there's gonna be weak cards. There's gonna be low tiers. There's always gonna be low tiers. And there's always gonna be high tiers. So, you know, I'm trying to think of like a good way to make it work. I don't fucking know. Anyway, this was nothing. This video was nothing. That's why it's going on the garbage pile. Barely edited at all. You throw some music in the background, throw it up. We'll see what happens. If you watched this video all the way through, thank you. I don't know why you did, but thank you. And if you have any suggestions on how I can improve my cube, or like cards that you think are good in the cube format, let me know. And I'll see you when the next big video comes out. Yeah, fun.